Hello everybody, this is Jannie Langeveld again from Wealth as a Decision, and it's so great to be with you again today. I'm excited to be with you, and I've got some interesting stuff that I want to work through with you guys today. Thank you very much for joining us and tuning in, and I really trust that these sessions that we've been doing during the past few months, that it's really helping you just to get a little bit of a different view. But I also have to tell you, I have mentioned this in some of our other tutorials or the other broadcast, that we are busy with the course. Judy and I are doing a course. We're working very hard toward that, and this information that you're going to get here today is also in the course. It's a little bit more in depth in the course, but all the information that I'm giving you today, you will also be able to use to produce an information product. And when you do that, you can use that, because up to now we've shared with you how to build a website and how to keep things a little bit simple. Last time we shared with you how to create video, for example. And so if you took action on all these things, you could have been a little bit down the road now, but it's fine. We are with you. If you have any questions, again, please contact us, send us an email at any time. And yes, we are always there to help you, because really your success is really important for us, because that's what's in our hearts. That's what was laid on our hearts, and that's what we need to share, and that's what we want to impart into you and to everybody. So thanks again for tuning in. Right, I'm gonna jump right in. So today we're gonna deal with the subject of creating your own information product. But why just create an information product? So that you can produce income for yourself. So that is the main focus that we want to emphasize today. So it's not just creating an information product that you have something on your website, or that you have somewhere available, and just so that people can see it, or that you can brag about it. It's nothing about that, okay? So we want to create an information product, a digital product, so that you can sell this and so that it can produce income for you. So this is the first step. I'm just going to touch a little bit on some of the marketing issues, but that's not really the emphasis for today. Okay, so we're going to keep the cost as low as possible as we create these information products, because I really believe if you just start off, you don't have to go and dish out a whole bunch of money. Keep the cost low to make it affordable for you, because the main aim is just to get going. So that you can start generating income, and then you can plug in a whole bunch of other bells and whistles if you wish to. And although we're going to do it as low cost as possible, we're still going to strive to make as little mistakes as possible. So we're not just going to go out there and go around and just slap a bunch of stuff together. We're really going to try to do it to the best of our abilities, and we're going to guide you how to, and that'll also help you with that. Okay, so the purpose is to learn how to market and sell effectively. So that's the main purpose. Although we create this product, like I just said, it's very important. If the product just sits there, there's no use in that. We have to learn how to market efficiently and to sell effectively, because that is what's going to bring you to financial freedom. This is what's going to help you to generate a business and to create something substantial that you can impact many people around you as well. Okay, so once you've learned this skill of marketing and selling effectively, then no one can take it away from you. If you have acquired this, and it's going to take a little bit of time, So, like I said, we're gonna make a little bit of mistakes, maybe here and there, but it's okay. Just learn from these mistakes. But like one of my mentors said to me, he said, it's fine to make a mistake, but never make the same mistake twice. So if I can encourage you, even if you make mistakes, it's okay. You're just starting off. But acquire these two skills, marketing and selling, because that is what it's all about. And this will distinguish you among a host of other people if you can do this efficiently and effectively. Marketing and selling, because that is what will distinguish you as an efficient and entrepreneur of high standing. Okay. And like I said, the financial freedom part that comes with this, that this tool, this marketing and selling tool provides to you, no one can take it away from you. And you will be able to carry that throughout your entire life, and that is what we're striving for. Now, okay, now we're going to ask the question, which products? Because remember, we're talking specifically digital products, and I'm going to give you 3 examples here. Now, first of all, a digital product can be an ebook or a video. There are many other products out there as well, but these are the 2 products that we're mainly going to focus on. There are other services, for example, where you can teach people to play the guitar, teach math, fix a car, or something similar to that. And this is not just examples that I'm just using out of thin air. There are really people who have created digital informational products where they teach people to play the guitar, where they teach people how to do math, teach their children, or even how to fix your car. There's a guy who's got a YouTube channel, and he shares a lot of his information there, but in every video that he puts out, he says, this you can get here, you can go to my website, and you can purchase some of my products there. So he's come up with a bunch of inventions as well. So that we'll tap into a little bit as well, because that's a very important part of our strategy as well. And then the third, you can also promote and sell affiliate products. Now, for you, those of you who do not know what an affiliate product is, that's, for example, a product that someone else created, and you sell it and you get a commission on that. So you do business as an affiliate, and you can virtually just sell loads of other people's products if that is what you want to do as well. So those are the 3 products. But we're mainly going to focus on the ebook and the video today. Now, okay, why digital products? Point number 1, they are very cost effective, and they cost very little to produce. That's so important, because if your input cost, if you can keep that as low as possible, obviously it's going to be easier for you to get going, and when you sell these products, then you will be able to turn a profit very quickly and very easily. Then they are also very profitable. Why? Because from the second copy, basically, the product is virtually free, and to produce it and also to deliver it. So because you've already produced the product, and you've uploaded to your web server or which other repository you're using, and people they purchase it and they just download it. So there's no cost involved to you, and that is a major benefit as well. And there are also very little overhead costs. The only overhead cost that you may have is a few dollars, maybe $20, $30, just for your web services to host these digital files. But that's usually included, or you can include it in your web hosting fees as well. And anyone can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can do it too. It doesn't matter what your skill level is. I'm going to show you, although it's very basic, what I'm showing you, you can do it. Just remember that. Say it with me. I can do it. Cool. I heard you. Okay. This is also the best product for you to start your first business. Why? Because of the reasons that I just gave you. it's an excellent product to start your first business with. You can even sell this ebook, for example, only to get leads to your primary products or services. Now, what do I mean by that? Say, for example, you're an estate agent, and you go ahead and you create an ebook that deals with the whole sales process. Make it easier for people and for your customers, and you sell this product. There are two spin-offs. Number one, you are now an author, so you're an authority on this on the subject, so people will be drawn to you. And every time someone purchases this product, you capture their contact information. You capture their name and their email. So you've got contact information in a database of people that is growing by the day as they purchase your product. So it can be your primary product, or like I said, you can sell this just as a means to get leads of people, so that you can actually sell your primary product, like real estate services. Okay, I produced my first digital product many years ago. This was really when things was a little bit still not so easy. Everything was not so integrated. It was not so easy. In the word processing packages like Microsoft Word, for example, you didn't get the PDF writer, was not included. So I needed a separate piece of software to do that. But anyway, so I've done this for quite a long time, but it doesn't matter. Today, it's so much easier to produce these things. The tools are just so easy. If you have a word processor today, the PDF writer is usually it's included. It's just something everyday life. And because the cost to create a digital product is so low, it's really the only way to go if you want to do an online business, because you don't want all the overheads of creating a physical product, which you can. But if you create a digital product like we just saw, there's no overhead costs. So that's really the way to go. And there's no delivery cost, there's no other stuff involved in that. So let's go ahead and deal a little bit with the product itself. Now, first of all, to create your product, you need to know what the topic is. Now, if you stayed with us now for a while, then you would know we spoke about this. You have to go and sit and brainstorm and find a pain or a problem that you need to solve, either for yourself or for other people, or both. So you have to come up with an idea of a product that you want to write about, that you want to put out there. So, and as we go along, I'll share a little bit about that as well. And then also your approach to this problem is very important. Now, what I mean by approach, I'm going to give you an example here. Many people, when they start, let's take, for example, in the network marketing business, there's so much emphasis on the product itself, teaching people the product. But they don't focus on the person. And I really believe that's where we've got an edge as well. Because like on our website, our title is Wealth is a Decision, Yours. So what we want to focus on is the person and not the product. Although the product is important, but the person to us is very important, because if you don't know how to, you can know how to create the product, you can know everything about the product, but if you don't know how to sell and to market the product, then the product is not going to go out there. And that's one of the main reasons why so many people go out there and they get discouraged so quickly. So lots of our focus is on that. So that's what I mean by approach. It depends on how you approach it. For example, let's just take golf for an example. Someone can only focus on the putting, and someone else can focus specifically on the different swings, just to use an example. So there's two different approaches, two different angles that you can take looking at the same product or the same sport, and you can give completely different input. Okay. But now you may say, there's a zillion other products on this topic that I am interested in. What am I going to say on that? So what? So what? Competition is never an issue. Please hear me today. Competition is never an issue. When you distinguish yourself with a specific angle and a specific approach that you take to this product, you're going to have a unique take on this, and people want to connect with you. The people that connect with me will not necessarily want to connect with the next person. The people who connect with you will not necessarily want to connect with me. So that is very important. Competition is never an issue. So don't let that ever hinder you. Competition is actually, in my view, it's actually it gives you the knowing that there's a market for it. Because if there's no market for it, nobody is looking for that product. Look at self-help books, for example. You know, that's on the shelf and on Amazon and so on. There are literally thousands of them, and they're increasing every day. Okay. Your title is the first thing that people see when they look at your product. So that is very important as well. So that's the next step. So along with your approach or your angle, this is what will instantly draw people to your products. And like I just used the example of wealth is a decision, I really believe that's what sets us apart. Wealth is a decision is our focus, you. Wealth is a decision, you. So when people see that, they know it's me. I'm the one responsible. Okay. All right, let's touch on the marketing a little bit. There are two parts to your marketing message. So the first is you need to tell the people what you do and what your product does. So that is your main task, your main purpose in your marketing. You need to tell the people what you do and what your product does. And then the second is your product then will tell the people how to do it. Okay, so you tell the people what you do, what your product can do, and you give them some information on that. But when they purchase the product, then they really get to the good stuff, how to do it, and that will solve their problem, and that's exactly what we want. Okay, so the marketing material, for example, the emails and the videos that you're gonna produce to market your product, this is going to tell your product prospect exactly what to do to solve their problem. Okay? Okay, two ways to show that you are a leader and an authority in your field. The first thing is you're going to give away loads of training. Give people good value. Give them very good value for their money and give it away for free. Do this on a consistent basis, or what I suggest, for example, do a few videos and then you put that in an autoresponder. So when people come, they see those 3 videos, you send it to them a few days apart, so they get to know you as the authority. They get to see your face, they get to associate with you, and obviously with that you can give some text-based things as well. Videos just work very well. But like you'll see later, if you're not into video right now, that's perfectly fine as well. Okay. The other way is to set up a marketing funnel for yourself so that you can advertise online and then you create your own source of leads. That is very important as well. But that we will learn a little bit more later. But it's very important to know that you need to set up a marketing funnel so that you can advertise and then create your own source of leads, because you always need a growing source of leads. It's just like even in a store, they always want feet to come into their shop or into their store, because that means sales, more sales. So you can service more people, you can help more people. Okay, now we're going to talk about your product format. You need to decide what format you're going to use. Okay, you're going to need to decide whether you're going to do an ebook or whether you're going to do a video, and this largely depends on the type of content. Now let's go back to the golf again. If you want to demonstrate a golf swing, You can do a few illustrations, but nothing is going to do it better than a video. So you can video record this pro golf player, the right swing, and you can do a lot with that video. That's not going to be so suitable for a text document. So it's very important to decide which medium you're going to use. But there are two questions that you need to ask yourself. Which format would my customers prefer? Remember, it's not about us, it's about the customer. So you must always ask the question, what do my customers want? What do they prefer? Do they prefer text? Do they prefer video? And then the second part, which is very important at this time, especially if you're starting off, is to ask yourself the question, which format am I comfortable with? Many people are camera shy, they're afraid of camera, so it's not really up to them at this time to go and do a video, because if you're not comfortable, it's not going to be easy to do that. But let me just encourage you there a little bit. It's just going to take a little bit of practice, and when you sit in front of the camera and just practice, and you will see how soon you actually get comfortable. You can relax in front of the camera. Sometimes it gets a little bit hot behind the camera, but you will get used to it. But that's at the later stage, because you can always, if you create a product now, you can always add stuff later. You can always add a video at a later stage, because remember, it's a digital product. It's not something like a printed book of 150 pages or 300 pages. You can't just go and change that. It's a digital product, so it's very easy to change, and you just upload it, and whoever gets the latest product. Okay. The next issue is your product content. There's so many different ways to create content. We're not going to go into all, and like we said before, we're just going to use text and video for now. For an ebook, most people will use Microsoft Word, because most people have the product. I use a Mac, so I use Pages in Mac, but it doesn't really matter. You can use the word processor. It's perfect. They're so powerful today. You can really format the document very nicely. And you know, at this point, I'm going to touch on it again later, but it's not so important exactly what your document looks like. It's very important what the information is all about, and that's really what people want. They can live with it if they have this relationship with you, and the information that you're giving them is incredible. So it doesn't really matter so much. Now, the way that I usually do it, like we've just looked at it now, you decide on your title and the approach that you want to take, and then you put down an outline. Now, it can be a chapter outline specifically. Now, what this helps you, your title helps you to sort of stay on track, and your outline just helps you to keep everything on track, sort of formatted in the right way, in the sequencing in the right way, and so on. Okay. There are two rules that is very important to create your ebook, and I really want you to take note of this, because if you don't gonna apply this and adhere to this, then you might struggle a little bit time-wise. And at this time, Judy and I, like I said, we're busy with our course that's soon going to be done, but we are committed every day to write a number of pages. Now, what I recommend, write at least one page every day. We write more pages because we're more into the swing of it, but at least write one page per day, no matter what the circumstances are. And that way you will see that soon you will get your book done. And the second is, don't be a perfectionist. In the past, I had so many opportunities to slip through my fingers because I wanted it to be too perfect. Please don't go that route. Take good advice. Just get your knowledge out as quickly as possible. That is exactly what we want to do. All right, so you can have the best product in the market, so we can think, but it's really impossible to do, because every customer is different, and everyone is going to expect something different from you, okay? And so don't care about that too much. Just be yourself and write as fast as possible. Just get it done. I would say if you produce this ebook, between 50 and 150 pages is great. And this is another thing. A decent product is infinitely better. It's much, much, much better than a perfect one that's never finished. So please remember that. Okay, now you can ask me, but what if I'm not the subject matter expert? That doesn't matter either. For example, I'm not an expert on precious metals, but I love the subject, and I know people who are experts in this. So when we need to present something on that, I tap into these people. So I either ask them to give me some information, or you can even go out and you can record them and use that as a product as well with their knowledge, for example. Again, what format is important, which suits your specific purpose. So let's go quickly to video. You can literally create your own little publishing empire if you wish. You can go out, and this goes with the subject if you're not the expert. You can go and you can find experts on the subject, and you can go and videotape these people, and you can produce these recorded videos. You can produce that as a product, and people will buy that from you. There's so many products in the different areas that you can deal with. Now, just to give you a sort of a ballpark, if a customer is buying a video product, say in the price range between, say, $40 and $200, then you can sort of expect that they're going to give you 2 to 2.5 hours of video footage. That's sort of just a basic guideline, okay? And here the same rules apply to what we apply to the ebook. Just get the product recorded as soon as possible. It's very important. Don't be a perfectionist. You don't need all the professional lighting and stuff. I showed you a lot about lighting and cameras and stuff last week. You don't need more cameras, nothing. It's not so important. People really pay for the information your product contains, not your film editing skills or all these fancy bells and whistles. Even many of our videos were shot in our living room with a cheap handheld camera. So, and the quality was not too bad. It was not excellent quality, but the quality was good enough. What we just always try to do is to get the audio quality good as well. So just use a proper microphone there as well. And there, you can go and check out our website on the resources page. There, I've got some recommendations of which microphones to use, which are good. Okay. Now, the easiest video probably of all is to get an expert, get them on Skype or Google Hangout or Apple's FaceTime. Get them and record this conversation or this interview that you have with them. That's probably the easiest. You won't have travel expenses, any of those things. And that you can also then use as a product to your customers. Now, to record something like this, you're going to need to record your computer screen. Now, there's some software that does that for you. It records everything that happens on your computer screen, and it also records the audio that goes through your computer. Now, if you're using a PC, the product is called Camtasia. That's a product to use. And if you use a Mac, the product is ScreenFlow. So that it's easy to use products. I use ScreenFlow and I've used it for a long time. It's very easy to use. It's easy to edit your videos and everything. And when we do presentations, for example, as well, or sales letters, you do it in PowerPoint and you record your screen as you speak as well. So that's the way that we do that. All these things, for example, your microphone, all these things, it all depends on your budget. So whatever your budget is, that's what's going to determine what you are going to use. Okay, and then printing, editing, proofreading. Although this is important, I love when something goes out that it really needs to be great. However, again, don't be a pain with this. Get your products out. If you find something, you can always go back and edit it. It's very, very important because people are really paying you for your skills. Nobody is paying me for a polished, grammar teacher or whatever. It's not that important. Just as long as it's okay, it's fine. Okay. If you really want to do it, you can outsource that as well. You don't even have to do it. I mentioned before there's a service called Elance.com. You can check them out. There are people that will do the editing for you for even a reasonable price. Logos, graphics, all these things, it's important, but it can always wait for later. If you want to get a product out, please just get it out. The last thing that I want to just touch on here, I see we just over our time that we are scheduled, but I just want to share this last point with you as well, and that's how to create a membership site. Now, why this is important is continuity of income. If you have one product, say for example you've got an ebook that sells for $37, $39, whatever, you have to create new sales all the time. So you have to attract new prospects, new potential customers all the time. Whereas if you get put up a service and on a monthly basis you charge $37, now every 30 days that person's credit card is billed for the $37. It gives you a lot of stability and it gives you recurring income, and that really helps. The only thing that you have to remember is when you do that, you create a lot of pressure in a way for you as well, because now you have to make sure that you keep on producing high quality content every 30 days. So when that payment goes off, the new month starts, then the content is available for these people. So just remember that. It can be a lot of work. If you have people to help you, it's okay. But especially when you start off, you have to do a bunch of the stuff yourself. So it's a great way of generating income, and it's fairly easy as well. There's software out there. If you use a WordPress site, for example, there's one plugin. There are lots of other stuff as well, but there's one plugin that we have used with great success, and I think it's around $200, might even be a little bit less. It's called Wishlist Member, and what this does, you can create content ahead of time, so you can cheat the system almost a little bit. So you can create this content, you can load it onto your website, and then this piece of software will look after the sign-ups, and it will make sure if someone didn't pay, it will discontinue their membership, but it will also sort of drip feed. At the end of the month, you set it exactly when, and then it will just release that piece of content. So it'll almost look as if that content was released today, but in actual fact, it was already scheduled 2-3 months ago. So if you can create this evergreen type of content where people can just use that, that's another way of getting past that. Okay. Well, I just want to remind you again, go to our website, to the resources section. There we have a bunch of products. There's some on the blog section. You will see all the previous recordings that we've done. They're all there. Go and check it out. If there's anything that's specific that you want us to produce for you, or anything else that you want to know, send us an email. and we are always available to help you guys. And remember, check out our course on the web page where you currently are. There's a link as well. If you want to be notified about the course, please click there, give us your contact information, and we will notify you as soon as this course is available. Thank you very much. You guys have a great week, and thank you for tuning in.